Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Slayer Talk. My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is May 16th, 2000.
It is.
And we watched Primeval.
Yeah, this was a interesting one.
Yeah. We see the end of the initiative and the beginning of fan fiction everywhere.
Okay.
Because everyone enters Buffy.
Yeah. that is definitely how it's put too.
Yeah, she gets an interesting look this episode. I don't know why, she suddenly becomes Legion when
Right?
when they're all inside of her.
But I guess we should work our way up to that.
Yeah, let's working my way up to Primeval.
So last episode,
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Spike had been. Is that his fucking name? Oh my god, what's wrong with my brain?
Are you having a stroke?
Maybe.
Yes. His name is Spike.
When I said it, then I'm thinking of the gremlin from Gremlins.
His name is also Spike. No, Stripe.
Stripe.
His name's Stripe.
I got confused.
Wow.
Anyway, I think we made a tape on Gremlins.
I don't think we did.
I think we did.
I don't think we
do.
did. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have to dig through the tapes and find out.
I don't think we did. But anyway, so Gizmo comes up to Buffy and says...
No. He was trying to separate her from her friends.
Gizmo, yeah.
No.
Oh, Spike. Sorry, yeah, you're right.
Spike was, and he had made a deal with Adam that he would remove his chip.
Yeah.
If he helped him and did that. So today he's going to collect, he thinks.
Yeah. I don't know, just calling it today is funny to me. Today he's going to collect.
On this day in Buffy World.
Right.
But what the fuck, Adam?
Yeah.
It's like, no,
This is all staying in, by the way.
No. He's like, no, I mean, you separated her from her friends, but she needs her friends because she needs to get back in here because that's where I want her to be. And it's like, what? I mean, you were not very clear on your terms,
right? Sir. It's sort of dumb because remember he gave the encrypted file to Red, as he calls her, in the last episode, and then he's sitting around. They're sitting around talking, and he's like, I want her in the facility. That's where we want her, in the facility. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right. And he's like, yeah, of course. It'll be easy to get her because her buddy will decrypt it or whatever. And he's like, the friend that you separated from. And he's like, oh, I see a flaw in the plan. But it's like, it was your plan. It's so dumb because Spike was like, hey, she's going to be able to kick your ass with all her friends. And he's like, well, separate her friend from her friends then. And so he does, and now Adam doesn't like it. He's like the worst boss.
He is. And I don't know, this whole episode reminds me of the Care Bears thing with the power of friendship,
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Because I'm realizing it's they're talking about, oh, she could beat you with her friends. And then that's kind of what happens. They go back to the true powers and the friendship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, I figured out what was going to happen fairly early on.
You always do because you're so smart.
But thematically, it makes sense, I guess, because they were driven apart, and this is the ultimate coming together. I mean, not Stephen King at the end of It.
Oh my god!
In the book, ultimate coming together.
Ew.
That's a different power of friendship.
I mean,
running a train on the one girl that you led in your group. Stephen King was doing a lot of cocaine in the 80s.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you write a 1,000-page book while on drugs. I guess something weird's going to happen.
Right. I don't... In case you guys aren't aware, at the end of the book, they all have sex with Beverly when they're 12 years old or however old they're supposed to be.
I think they're 11.
Yeah.
Really? Do boys even... Can they even have sex at that age?
I mean, some of them can. It depends.
Apparently, they all could.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Guess.
Stupid.
They just believed. Power of belief. Wisely they kept that out of the 1990 television movie.
Right? Like, great story, but
I don't know how he wrote that and thought it was okay. It survived every draft of the book that he wrote. And then I don't know how his editor looked at that and was like, this is fine.
Maybe the editor was also on drugs.
I guess. I don't know.
It inspires me to read it, though, just because I have to see how he could possibly justify something that fucked up.
Oh, it's how they find their way back or whatever.
By having sex?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Because it's like, so it's, I get the metaphor of it, I guess. Like, it's like being a blood brother, right? Like, it's, you cut your arm and you mix your blood together.
You're mixing bodily fluids.
Right. It's that's what it is, like, supposed to be, like, on a deeper level or whatever. This forever binds them all together and stuff like that. And so that when it comes again, no pun intended, they're all able to, like, they have this, like, connection or whatever, and they're all able to, like, sense each other and come back. There's something like really weirdly mystical about it or stuff like that. But here's an idea. Instead of all of them putting their penises inside of Beverly, maybe just cut your hands and do the blood brother thing.
Right?
That I said. Or maybe the experience of fighting an interdimensional demon was enough to bond them together.
You would think.
Anyway, this has been... This has been getting derailed by the orgy scene at the end of It.
Oh, my.
Let's talk more about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
So, slowly but surely, Spike is now trying to, like...
get them back together, I guess?
It's weird. But Buffy figures it out immediately. He just, like, runs into her on his way out from talking to Adam.
Yeah, because she's... Well, we should talk about, real quick, before we get into this scene, because we should talk about this scene. But we should talk about the resolution of Riley coming up to Adam at the end of the last episode, because that is where the episode starts, actually, is Riley, Riles, as he's called, in the presence of Adam.
Yep, so Adam starts calling Riley brother.
Yeah. Brother!
Fucked up.
He sounds like Jesse Ventura in every movie ever. Let me tell you, brother. Or Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, there you
go. Come on, brother. But yeah, he's not evil, I guess. He's inconsistently controlled by Adam now. That chip that got put inside of him, I guess never got taken out. I thought there was one in his head or something that they did end up taking out, or whatever. I don't
remember there was a chip in him at all. This was news to me that he had a chip.
Oh yeah, maybe it was. Oh, it was they were giving them special food or whatever that was making.
Yeah, they were like drugging him.
Yeah,
but
they stopped doing that.
They also apparently implanted a chip, and not in his brain, but connected to a major artery or the central nervous system.
Yeah, his solar plexus.
So that's fucked. And how does somebody do that and you don't know?
I don't know.
Because he was totally surprised by this.
It is a little different than putting someone's hand in warm water when they're sleeping.
Right? And like
they did major surgery while he was sleeping.
I mean...
Although apparently not that major, because it's not that deep under the skin either.
Yeah, how could it be connected to your central nervous system and be able to be, spoilers, dug out with your fingers?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ew.
But anyway, so Riley's like, what's up, dude? And he's like, yeah, I've activated the chip that Mother put inside of you. So now you're under my control.
He's basically a puppet. Adam says sit, he sits. Adam says stand, he stands. Adam says stop talking.
Yep.
No more talking.
That's right.
The worst ever.
To not be able to talk, or...
Well, I mean, to be, like, under somebody else's control to the point that you can't talk, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, that's true. You're under my control in certain ways.
No, I'm not. What the fuck?
Huh?
What the fuck is what I said to you, sir.
I mean, you can't... Can you get a bank account without my permission?
Yeah, it's not 1970, right. So yes.
Crazy that
I know it was that recent.
But anyway, so anyway, So he's completely under Adam's control until it's convenient for him to not be under Adam's control anymore.
At which point he just digs this thing out.
Which really pisses me off, and I want to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, she sees Spike in the cave because she's out hunting for Adam. And Spike's like, oh, what's up? She's like, this is Adam's cave. He was here, but it looks like he's absconded. And he's like, oh, that's the last thing I need is to run into Adam. Why don't you fucking go like get him or whatever? And she's like, didn't I use the disc that I gave to Willow? And she's like, oh, we're not like she says, yeah, I could do that. And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You guys had a falling out. That's no reason to not like use her or whatever. And immediately you can see on her face, she's like, yeah, right. But she's like, how the fuck does he know that?
Yeah, so like he totally tipped his hand, but she figures it all out like immediately. It's not even just like, oh, he's trying to get me back together with her. He was trying to split us up. She's just like, oh, he wanted us all separated.
So Tara and Tara's in this episode for like 4 seconds. She's in her room with Willow, and the disc just starts decrypting itself.
Yeah,
which how stupid do you think these people are?
Right.
And then Buffy calls and she's like, let's all meet at the quad. So they all meet together and she's like, hey, Xander, who fucking told you we were talking about you behind your back? And he's like, oh, Spike, Willow, who told you that we hate you being gay? Spike. And so she realizes that they played them all. There is an underlying current of like, yeah, he did this, but there was stuff he could use. And they don't really address that.
They don't at all. They just act like, oh, it's all fixed now. It's like there was some truth to everything.
They have a big hug fest.
They do. Well, yeah, that's after they climbed down an elevator shaft.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, anytime someone climbs down an elevator shaft, it's going to end in a hug, of course.
But for some reason, they decide to not include the significant others in this episode. So it's like Anya doesn't feel comfortable around you guys anymore, and Tara doesn't feel comfortable around you guys anymore, so it's just going to be us. I
think they wanted the core group to face this together without the outsiders.
Yeah,
so they come up with bullshit reasons why they're not there.
And Willow comes up.
And what's his name? Giles. Giles leaves his guitar at home, so
yeah,
that's his significant other.
But Willow comes up with a way that they can all be with Buffy when she's facing Adam without physically being with Buffy.
Kind of, yeah, because they talk about... So, I don't remember exactly how this comes out. Oh, I think it's the encryption. Yeah, the disk encryption gives the spoiler, the hint that, like, oh, there's a secret facility in the initiative, and it's, like, you know, the final part of Project 314 or whatever. And so Buffy quickly realizes, hey, they want us to have this information, so they want us there. And she's like, it's like a Trojan horse thing. All the demons have been way too easy to capture. They're overloaded the thing. It's like they wanted to be in there. Adam wants to trigger a war between the demons and the people, and they want them to all kill each other. They want me there to like kind of even the score, so we all kill, like, so it's more even, and we can all kill each other, and then we'll have a ton of spare parts to create hybrids, because that's what he wants to do, is create hybrids, which we see.
Oh God, this is awful.
In the secret initiative part, because the two doctors, Mother, as he calls her, and the other, doctor that were working on the Adam project are dead but reanimated. They have like
zombies.
They have like tubes coming out of them and stuff like that. Like they're not actually there. They're dead.
And he says that they're just corpses, basically.
Yeah.
But then she talks.
She does talk, which is weird. But because she shouldn't talk. No. It's inconsistent.
Yeah. Like if she's just the corpse and you've just got her being a worker bee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then she shouldn't be chatting up Riley.
But then Forrest, I think is his name. Mm-hmm. Forrest is there, and he's been hybridized with like some evil like demon parts.
Basically, they have the actor's face, and then these fake ass stitches all around it,
like an iguana's mouth or something like that. I don't know. It's a weird looking thing.
And then it's like demon skin.
Mm-hmm.
It looks terrible. Like
the
makeup is not good.
It's TV budget, so it's not the best.
Yeah.
But so that's what. So he's been reanimated, and Riley's like, "Oh no, my friend."
And he's an asshole, but he talks a lot.
He does talk a lot. He's like, "No, I'm not dead. I'm alive, and I feel bad. All my anxieties have been taken away, and it's like a commercial for fucking a drug or something
right?
like that. For sort of Zoloft or whatever. But anyway, so in Giles's house, they're talking about how can we defeat Adam. He wants me there, so we got to go down there and try to get him, but we don't want to do it on his terms or whatever. How can we defeat them? And somebody mentions, well, they said that he has a uranium power source by his spine, and that's probably the way to get to him. But, how are we going to do that? And they're like, well, she's like, he's not worried about me at all. Like, my physical strength is just not enough. And Willow is like, what about magic? Like, could he, be succumbed to magic or whatever? And they're like, maybe, Giles says, maybe this paralytic thing. Like, we can't destroy him, but maybe this, paralytic spell. But you have to speak ancient Sumerian. And he's like, I speak ancient Sumerian. And Willow's like, oh, well, I could do the magic, but I can't speak ancient Sumerian. And we'd have to get close enough to him anyway or whatever to do it. And Buffy's the only one strong enough to get close to him. And then Xander, it's so funny too, because Xander has no skills apparently.
None.
The only thing he does is provide the inspiration, because he's like, oh, if there was only a way for all of us to, have this all to be together or whatever. And Giles is like, oh, what a great suggestion, Xander.
It kind of seems like he should have been the military intelligence, since he has that.
Well, you know what they call him? Heart. Because when they talk about all the stuff coming together, it's Buffy's strength, the hand. It's Giles is the mind. Willow is the spirit, the spiritual power, the witch power. He's the heart. Mm. But I don't think he has a lot of heart. I mean, he has shown courage in the past and stuff like that, but his character is kind of useless.
Yeah.
Honestly. I don't dislike Xander necessarily.
He's comedic.
But yeah, he's comic relief for sure. But they can't be and the comic relief power. So that he can distract. It's so funny too, because they say oh, we could do a paralyzing spell and then be able to get to his uranium core, right? But they don't do that. They don't do a paralyzing spell. No. Instead, they become all fucking powerful.
Yeah, and they do. They talk like you said, they've become Legion. They're she's possessed. Her eyes are all gross and orangey and rolled back in her head, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, the look is bad. Yeah.
The look is bad, and the voice is creepy, and it's not each of them is there. It's they've all become this one being.
Yeah. Because what they do is they, like you said, they go down the elevator shaft, they go into the initiative, they immediately get arrested by the military dudes down there.
Which is just dumb.
And she explains the whole situation to them, and the colonel acts like a fucking idiot, like they always do in movies. The military guys are always like, fucking shoot first. There's no... I mean, it's not like I'm rah, everyone needs to bow down to the military. I'm not that guy necessarily, but I think it is somewhat insulting that in every depiction of the military, especially high command leaders in movies, they're always I know what I'm doing and I've got control. There's no thoughtful intellectual people that rise in the ranks of the military ever. That seems so weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's and when stuff starts happening like she predicted, Adam's got control of the whole facility on his computer or whatever. He takes off the power line and stuff like that. He releases all the demons and stuff.
Yeah, she says they're Trojan horsing you.
Yeah, and she's like, well, there you go. It's happening. And he's like, you know what? These people are fucking under arrest. I'm going to leave one guy here to defend the Slayer that has been able to, like, beat up multiple of my guys. And the rest of us are going to go out there and do exactly what you say we shouldn't do. And so then there's just this giant war. It's
not even a war.
It's chaos.
It's a massacre.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it does seem like they get some of the demons.
I feel like mostly the initiative just gets killed. But
yeah, there is a lot of it's. I'll tell you what, with a bigger budget and like better special effects and stuff like that, or visual effects. Yeah, there's a difference between visual effects and special effects. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but visual effects would be like stuff you do with computer animation and things like that and everything. You can do some optics and stuff like that, like in camera, like Francis Ford Coppola did for Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's actually one of the best uses of like old time visual effects. Like they do a lot of stuff in camera. It's really cool. But anyway, like, so special effects are like explosions and so like practical explosions and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of like if you had better like visual effects and stuff like that, this could be really like a really epic like fucking massacre scene. But as it is, it's a lot of people in costumes.
Yeah.
Beating up people in military uniforms.
Yup. But I mean, like, you do see a lot of, I don't know, eating of people and stuff happening in the background.
Yeah.
So,
but they get into the Scooby Gang gets into like the 314 building or whatever, the little room where Adam was created, basically, and they barricade the door and do their little thing, their little like
ritual
incantation, and she becomes this thing. And Adam's like, he's got like a hand that's a machine gun and stuff like that, and he starts like shooting at her. And like I said, the whole idea was this was way more powerful than I think they even thought, because the whole idea was like, well, I'll do this incantation, do this paralytic spell or whatever, and then you can kill him. But instead, she turns into like fucking Neo.
Exactly.
Like her hands go up, all the bullets stop. Like she is like the most powerful entity ever.
Yeah, it's the Matrix. It's the Matrix in Sunnydale.
It's weird. And like she does a thing, blah, 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 or whatever, and makes like his arm go back so he doesn't have the thing anymore, the gun anymore. He can't use it anymore. He looks confused, and he keeps going like, interesting.
And at the end, her final like killing thing is she reaches her hand inside of him and rips it out. It's so gross.
She might as well be going like Kalima,
right?
Because she's like, you would never understand the source of my power. And then she just like reaches into him, pulls out the uranium core, and he's like, but here's yours. And then he just collapses and she explodes it. Yep. Or implodes it or whatever. Sends it to another dimension. Because it is uranium, so you don't want to, Yeah. That's what they use in nuclear bombs, so you don't want it around.
And then
Adam's defeated.
It feels very final. They're talking about, like, they're showing news clips about how they're going to be done with the initiative.
They're not news clips. They might show a couple news clips, but there's like a shadow group. This is the weirdest thing. A shadow group of like government officials or whatever, but it's like the cheapest set in the world. It's just black behind them and like a circular desk. And they're like, they have like a jib arm or something like that. And they're like rotating around the circular desk. And this guy's just talking exposition. He's like, there's fucking loss of 60% of the initiative people. And like, the innocent bystanders or whatever helped us out. Like, if it wasn't for the Slayer girl or whatever, it would have been a total loss. And he's like, Maggie Walsh had a lot of great ideas or whatever, but the idea that we could control the demons, because apparently the whole plan was not only to like capture the demons and stuff like that, but to create things like Adam, like super soldiers and shit out of them. And he's like, the idea that we could like actually fucking harness their power and they're not controllable. So like this whole thing's getting scrapped, burn it to the ground, salt the earth, all this shit and everything. And then we go to credits, and it's like you said, it seems very final, but there's an episode next week.
Yeah. So
I guess that's the denouement. I don't know.
I guess they're gonna maybe sort out the relationship stuff.
Maybe. But there's one other aspect to the episode I'd like to talk about. The thing that pisses me off. Because while Buffy is doing her Matrix thing and killing Adam, Riley's like he's taking on the heavy, I guess, or whatever. Like in movies, there's always like the big bad, and then there's like the heavy, his like strongest bodyguard or whatever. So he's taking on that, which is Forrest, manifested this way or whatever, and he's able to do that because he's been sitting in this chair the whole time. Buffy comes up, like sees him or whatever, and she's like, "Riley, oh help me" or whatever, and Riley's just sitting there not talking and stuff, and Adam's like, "He can't talk. I control him now," or whatever. And they start to beat her up, and like a glass breaks by him, like a beaker. And somehow, I guess just with the power of erections or whatever, he like reaches, he's able to break the, I don't understand. Is he under control or is he not? Because he's able to like break it enough to go over and grab the thing and carve into his chest and then rip the chip out of himself so that he's no longer under control.
Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous.
It doesn't make any sense. It's not like... Yeah, it's not consistent with what they were talking about at all. But then he ends up fighting Forrest and basically defeats him by tricking him to grab something to hit him with. And it's a flammable thing or whatever, and it explodes, and he explodes.
So he's not just a pretty face, he's smart too.
I guess so. I just want him gone.
Me too.
I don't like his character that much.
I feel like we are done with him.
I hope so, because since the initiative's done, I hope he like kind of goes away too.
That's the hope.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the episode. What did you think as far as like? I didn't like any of the initiative storyline really.
No, I kind of hated this season.
Yeah, this season was definitely, I think, a low point so far to the show, and I hope the next season is much better than this. But I mean, I kind of liked this episode. I kind of liked the whole climax of the thing. I do think some of it was rushed, like the whole exposition thing and everything of like, oh, this is exactly what he wants to do, and it's like she figures it out almost like kind of too conveniently. They could have sprinkled this into other episodes.
Sure.
So I liked the big fight at the end, kind of like I thought it was cool.
It was cool.
There were some, like I said, there were some things I thought were inconsistent about it, and I didn't really like this storyline at all to begin with. But it was a decent way to end it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it was an entertaining episode. I'm happy with the ending. It feels done though. I don't know what they're going to do with next week.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see next week. But that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own group of friends to enter their body and become omnipotent.
You can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com. Mm-hmm. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
Oh, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.